Hi everybody, this is Heather Coleman here, intuitive medium, Reiki and energy work practitioner and yoga instructor. And today we are going to be looking at yoga for your solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus chakra is associated with the color yellow, which is why I'm wearing sort of a bright yellowish green this today. And a couple things to think about. Our solar plexus chakra is right here above our belly button. And after we do our 3 yoga poses, we are going to do some mudras, some hand positions at the end. Finally, I do want to point a couple things out. This here is actually a skirt, and it is made of like a spandex type material, but it doesn't really necessarily scream workout in yoga. And I chose all of this because yoga is a holistic practice that is designed to clear, unblock, and energize and empower you physically, mentally, and spiritually. It's to benefit you both on and off your mat. So with those things in mind, let's start out with our child's pose. So we're going to have our heels together, our knees apart here, and just give yourself a moment. And by the way, I just put the gong here. Love the ambiance. So we're going to gently extend our spine. Now keep in mind that you can come as close to the mat with your face as you are comfortable. Now maybe you do rest your forehead on your mat, maybe you don't, right? It really just depends on what is comfortable for you today. Inhales, lengthen your spine. Exhales, allow you to relax. We're going to hold child's pose here for 2 more deep breaths in and out. 1 more deep breath in and out. From there, let's walk the hands back in toward the knees. Bring your knees in to either touch or 1 inch in between your knees. And we're going to slowly rise up onto our knees for a kneeling camel pose. This one and bow pose, bow where you would be lying on your stomach, are wonderful for that solar plexus because we're stretching the front. So what we are going to do is reach our left arm back and right arm high. Maybe you can touch your heel today, maybe you can't. This is all about opening up the front. And if you think about it for a moment, what child's pose just a moment ago did was opened up the back of that solar plexus chakra, middle back. Now let's inhale to come back to a high kneeling position. And then exhale to reach the right hand back toward that heel, maybe touching, maybe not. Left arm is nice and open. And we're thinking about that stretching through the front of our body. Let's inhale back to that high kneeling position. And then gently open up those knees wider than hip width to sink into our child's pose for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull your core in to rise up. Once again, let's come up to our knees. Adjust the distance of your knees. And try reaching back with both hands. Maybe you're touching your heels, maybe not. We are bowing open here through the front of our body for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly rise. And just give yourself some time to transition, because what we're going to do is come down to sit, swing our legs around to the front for a heat building pose called boat pose. I'm going to give you several options. And I kind of like how the concept of bow pose, even though we modified, and boat sound very similar. So we're going to place our hands behind our upper thighs here. We've got our knees nice and bent and together. We're going to tuck our tailbone underneath, rounding out our lower back. Now, as we have that lower back rounded out, we are lifting from the bra line up. So you've got a lowercase letter C here and a straight line here. Now, using the strength of your lower abs, let's lift those knees up. Let's just hover a little bit. Now, for some of you today, this is boat pose. Awesome. In other words, if this is as far as you're comfortable going today, beautiful. Stick with this. Let's come forward, take an inhale. And then exhale to scoop out your lower abs, come back behind your tailbone. And if you're ready for a bit more, try lifting your knees up to a seated tabletop for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, come back again. Lift up if you're comfortable. And again, if you want to add on, try extending your arms for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come forward. One more time for today. Let's exhale to roll back, tucking that tailbone underneath. Tabletop if you want to, arms if you want, and one more if you want to add on one more aspect, partially or fully. Straighten your legs for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come forward. And now just find any comfortable seated position here today. And we're going to practice 3 mudras or hand positions that are wonderful for opening, balancing, calming your solar plexus chakra, whatever it is that you need in terms of those 3 things: balancing, calming, or activating. Sometimes it's a little bit of both because chakras are so complex. So our very first mudra is called commitment. Our left hand is underneath, so you're not going to mirror me. Left hand comes underneath, right hand thumbs up, just over that solar plexus. Affirmation: I align awareness, focus, and commitment. I align awareness, focus, and commitment. I align awareness, focus, and commitment. From there, we'll flow right into our determination mudra. So give yourself a little time to find this. Now your fingers are bent and rolled in, touching, if you can, to the 3rd knuckles here. So I had to count mine the first time I did this. 1, 2, 3. So adults can count on their hands. Your thumbs are touching and aligned, and so this looks this way from the front. This is what you see from your side. Affirmation: my sense of positive determination arises from within. My sense of positive determination arises from within. My sense of positive determination arises from within. Our final mudra is transformation, and I'm actually going to take a little peek at my little mudras cards just to double check, and it is the middle finger. So we're going to interlace our hands with our right thumb over our left, and we're going to extend those middle fingers and hold that shape either here or lower if you can. And our affirmation, and there's no shame at peeking at the cue cards, right? Especially if you're using something like this. I'll tell you what deck this is in just a moment, but before we get to that, inner light illuminates and guides me on my path. Inner light illuminates and guides me on my path. Inner light illuminates and guides me on my path. Let's flow through those mudras one more time. Commitment. Determination. Transformation. Commitment. Determination. Transformation. Now, for those of you that may be curious, I'm going to come